So hey guys, is my screen visible for everyone now? Is my screen visible for everyone? Yeah. Okay. So today we'll see how we can create a CQ dialog. So first of all, when I'm just clicking here, so this is my page. Okay. So I'm using my this is the project that I'm using, and inside that we have this US and the EN, and inside this EN I have uses this hello world component. So now I'm just configuring. So when I will configure, I am getting this CQ dialog. So this is the CQ dialog I am getting when I just click on this configurations. Okay, so how we can create that CQ dialog, and what does it mean by this CQ dialog for? So it just types of editorial content, that means one types of editor, and there user can enter the informations. Okay, and based on this information will perform the logic. So like here this is the field, and inside this field we have to fetch the info, that means we have to write the information, and you can just write check mark it. So you will see only this information inside this. So if you want to render any information from the user, then you can simply go with this CQ dialog. Okay, so how we can create it? So just this is the CQ dialog. Now I'm just going to delete this one and just try to save it. Now again I'm going here and just try to refresh this one. Now you will not see this border, that blue color border. Okay, so when you will come here, here you see you are not seeing the border, that blue color in this hello world component. Why? Because we have removed that CQ dialog. So that's why we have to create a CQ dialog. If you need the edit config, okay, or the CQ dialog, for that we have to create a CQ dialog. So CQ dialog is nothing but the node, and we have to name it like CQ dialog. After 6.4 or something, or 6.3, this name is mandatory. Anyhow we have to write this name. Okay, and you can just simply click on this. Okay, so we have created a CQ dialog. Now again you can come here and just try to refresh it. So once you will refresh now, okay, so now you will see, like, you will get this edit config. This is nothing but the edit config, and how it is coming by using this CQ dialog name only, and this one is also a node. Okay, so when you have clicked, you have defined this CQ dialog, that's why you are getting this. But when I click here, see the dialog, it's not opening, and this one specially we have created for this CQ dialog. Okay, but it's not opening. Why? Because this is just simple and node, and this one is a empty unstructured node. Okay, so now I just want to make this one as a proper CQ dialog. For that we have to use the out of the box properties. That means they have already created one CQ dialog. If you need, then we have to use that. Okay, if you want, then you can use. So how we can use it? For that we have to use sling colon resource type. Now we are inheriting simply, so we have to use this one, and where it has created, how we can find where it has created that CQ dialog. Okay, so mostly all the thing it has created inside the libs. Mostly all of this thing it has created inside this libs folder only. So libs have this CQ. Okay, and inside this CQ you will see the GUI. Okay, in this GUI maybe components, and inside this component you will see the, okay, so we need a Coral, I think so, not a Coral, authoring, it's here. After that authoring, here we have a dialog. So this is the things you have to copy. Once you have copy, where you want to paste, where is our code, this one, you can simply paste it. And here there no need to define the absolute path, you can remove this libs and just simply add it. Now I'm just saving. Now just come here and just try to refresh it once. Now when you will click here and in this config, that means that I'm just opening the CQ dialog. So here you see now this CQ dialog, it has opening. I'm maximizing. So when I maximize, it's taking all the width and the height. Okay, but when I minimize, so initially it has taking only some width and the height. It's not a proper. If you want to make it in a proper manner, for that we have to simply use the fixed column. So here we have another out of the box property. Here you see when I'm just clicking here config and this one, so it's not in a proper, so you don't need to write all the CSS and the HTML code for this dialog. They have already written it. If you just simply have to use it, so that's called as a fixed column. So for that we have to create a content, create a node, and here I'm just simply creating a content. Type should be this unstructured only, NT unstructured for the CQ dialog and this content. So this is the thing. And now again they have written one node, and this is the node I just want inside this content. That means this content I just simply want to treat with that fixed column. So for that we have to use this sling column resource type, and you can simply remove this one, and this one it has present inside the granite. That means that fixed column also it has present in the libs. Okay, so is it important to learn this this all the path every time? No need to learn. Okay, you can simply go on the internet and you can simply type granite UI documentation in AEM. You just simply have to open this one, just open this, and here you will get all the things whatever you need. So all the paths and the fields you will get from this path, from this website you will get it. See here, fixed column we have. You can just simply click on this fixed column. So right now we need this one, so you just have to click on it. So once you will click, see it is showing like in this path it has stored. Okay, so you just simply have to copy. Don't copy this absolute path and come here and just simply paste it and add. Now again you can go there and just try to refresh it. Okay, so this time it has adjusted the CQ, that width and the height of this CQ dialog by using this fixed column. By using this fixed column we have adjusted the width and the height, but it's not showing any title of this CQ dialog. So if you want that CQ dialog title, then you can simply go to this dialog, and here you have to simply define the JCR colon title. So CQ colon dialog creation, save it, come here, and we have to refresh it. Otherwise you can just simply double quotes and open it. See here we got this CQ colon dialog creation. So now this thing it's okay, but now this is the empty CQ dialog. Now here I need a tabs, and based on this tab I need a container. So consider just 1 minute, paint I have open, and in this paint now this one, consider this one is our CQ dialog. Okay, and here I need a tab. It may be a student or something, student, or it's a businessman. Okay, so here I have defined these two tabs. So when I'm just clicking on this student, I need a student field. That means the student ID and student password and something like that. Okay, and when I'm just clicking on this business, I need a business related things. But when I'm clicking on the student or the business, so only here inside this CQ dialog I just want some changes. Okay, I just want to, when someone will click on this business, only business related field I have to show here. So for that, this student we have to create as a tab. Okay, so this one is nothing but the tab, and inside this tab we'll do one thing, we'll create a container. Otherwise we'll do one thing, we'll create one tabs node, and we'll create a, we'll give the tab properties here. After that, inside that we'll create the items, and inside this item we'll create this student. Inside that we'll create a student, that is first tab. A second tab will create as a business. Okay, so this one will create, and we'll do one thing, this student will make as a container, and this one as well. Okay, this one as a container only. And after that, inside this we'll add the field, just like a f name, name of the student, l name, last name of the student, and after that roll number. Okay, and after it may be a address. So these things will add inside this container. So let's try. So just simply come here, and after that here content we have. Inside this content I'm gonna create simply tabs. Okay, I have created a tabs, and this one is a tabs now. So we have to come here, go back and just search for the tab. Yeah, this is the tab we have. Okay, so this one we have to copy the path, come here, and simply instead of this we have to use a sling resource type, sling colon resource type, and here paste it. Now we have created a tab. Inside that, now we have given a tab properties. Okay, but we haven't created a tab till it. Okay, now I'm creating more than one tabs. So for that we have to create one node, that is items. That item I have created. Now you can create actual tabs. So firstly I'll need a student. So here we have to write a student. So this student we have created, and this one we have to treat as a container. Why? Because in future it will hold more than one field. So for that this one needs to be in a container. So for that you have to come here and just try to search the container. Yeah, this is the container we have. Just simply copy the container, and here instead of that we have to paste this. Okay, and you can mention the JCR colon title here as well. If you are not mentioning a title, only this you are writing, then you will receive the null. We'll try. Okay, so nothing is doing. We have to refresh this one as well. CK dialog, content, tabs we have defined, tabs, that's done, items, here we have a student. Okay, content, inside that I am just trying to define the items here. Just copy this and try to paste. Try to paste here. Now these tabs I'm deleting from here. Tabs have items, student, that's it. Now I'll try to add here some student. Save it, come here and refresh. Okay, so we got this student now. So first of all, when you will do this content, here we have a content. Okay, and after that this is the content, that means the fixed column, but internally it is treating as a container. So this container, it is holding more than one tabs or something. So we have to define inside these items. Items had the tabs, and these tabs have a more than one tabs. So this is the tab properties we are going to give, and after that it may be a more than one tab. So I have created one here, that is student, and after that here I have given the container, because in future it is holding more than one field, and later that I have given a student name. Okay, now inside that now I am creating a items. Why? Because it is holding more than one field. Now here I am creating a first name now. Okay, so f name I am creating. Okay, and inside this f name, so where you will write the f name. So for that we need a text field. There we can write our f name or something like that. So for that we have to make this f name as a text field. So for that we have to come here and we have to type here resource type, that's it, and it has present, so it's not important to search, so you can just simply come here inside this Granite UI, and after that you will see the text field. So all this field here, you see this is the field, this is the form field. Okay, so all this form field it has present inside this form. Okay, so now I need a text field, so you can open. So once you will open this text field, we have to copy this path, and I have already told you all this form field it has present inside this form. Okay, so we have to paste it. Now save. I have saved. Now after that we just simply have to define the field label, that means we need some label, so we can recognize this is the first name or something. Save it, come here and just try to refresh it now. Here you see, now we got this first name and this is the text field. Then now you can write anything, just like a search I am writing, so where it will store, because we haven't defined the variable here, so it's not stored anywhere. So this is just simple and temporary value. But if you want to store, when user will enter something and you want to store this value, for that we have to define a variable. So how we can define a variable here? By using this name property. Okay, and this is the rule, we have to define a variable like that. So first of all we have to use a dot and slash. Okay, and this is the f first name, hit enter. So we have created this. After that right click and now I'm creating an address. Okay, this is the address I have created. Now you can again the same thing, we have to use resource type. Otherwise instead of address, now I am not writing address here. Here we are creating a roll number. Roll number we have created, and we have to define sling colon resource type. Sling colon resource type. Now for the text field, for the first name we got a text field. Okay, but for the number we need a number field. So here we have a number field. You can just simply go inside this, and after that you can simply copy this one. This is the code we have to copy. Come here and simply paste it. So here we have defined this Granite, we don't slash, so just remove that one and save it. Okay, again the same, we have to define here field label, and this one is a roll number, and after that we have to define their name because it's need to store somewhere. So here roll number, that's it, save it. So we got this f name. Oh, I have created inside this, it's not right, so we have to create inside the items. We have to create it inside the items, that's it. Roll number we got it, address and the f name. Okay, that everything is okay. Now here we have a address. So address, inside the address maybe we have a current address, okay, or some different address we have. Okay, so for that we needed two address. It may be a zip code, yeah, it may be your something like roll number, something like that. It may be your code, zip code. So for that country, so for that inside that we have to add, but this one we need to make as a multi-field. Okay, so how we can make it this multi-field? So for that you have to again sling resource type, and after the same thing Granite UI components, Coral, foundations, like that. So if you need, so you can simply come here and we have to find the multi-field. So this is the multi-field, you can click here. Okay, and we have to copy this. Sorry. Okay, we have to copy this, and after that here we have to come and simply we have to paste here. Okay, so this is the multi-field now we have created. Now you can name it, so field label multi-field. Okay, so this one is now a multi-field. So if I'll just try to come here and try to open this CQ dialog, we are not able to open it. Okay, come here and this is the CQ dialog. Now I'm just trying to open this CQ dialog. See, it's not opening. Why? See, here you have created this address as a multi-field. So make sure that inside this address, that means inside this node, you have to create a child, because this multi-field is nothing but the container only, and it will hold more than one fields. Or it's hold only one field as well, no issue, but we have to add, that is important. Okay, so now here I am just creating a field. I'm creating a field here. Okay, and this one needs to be a container. So for that, because we are adding more than one, so we need one container. Sling colon resource type I have added, and somewhere we already defined the container. See, this is the container, so you can just simply copy this where inside this, and we have to paste simply. You can just simply paste, right click and paste it. So this thing is done now. Clear this. So we have defined a container, and inside this container now we have to define the items. Okay, inside this items now we need an address. So right click, create, and I'm just defining a address 1. So this is the address 1 we have defined. But for this address, it's not possible to write the address in a single field. Okay, so address may be a big, so it's not possible to define in this single quotes in the text field. So for that we have to define the text area. Go back, and somewhere we have a text area. So here we have a more than one lines, so you can just simply open it and copy that. So here we have defined this one, and sling colon resource type, sling colon resource type, and this is the text area we have to copy. Come here and just simply paste it. Now we got it. Now we have to define the field label as well. Current address. Okay, and needs to be stored somewhere. So for that, current address, that's it. And after that we need a corresponding address. So address 2 and field label, corresponding address, and here we have to define sling colon resource type, and this sling colon resource type, it should be a text area. So you can copy this address 2 and we have to paste here. That's nice. Now we have to define the name, and here dot slash and address 2. That's it. Okay, now we'll go there, try to refresh this. Now we got it. Here you see. So first of all we have a first name and the roll number and this multi-field. So when you will click here, now here you see this is nothing but the multi-field, and inside this multi-field we have one container, and this container, see, firstly what we have a multi-field, and inside this multi-field we have one container. So this is nothing but this container, and this container, it has holding a lot of items. So it has holding this address field and the address 2 field. So I need to store roll number as well, or zip code, zip code, hit enter. Zip code I have stored and it should be a number field, but before that we'll add here number, zip code, not a number. So here in this zip code, whatever you will enter in the field, so it will store inside this variable. And here field label, and after that zip code. Okay, and the last we have to define a sling colon resource type. So somewhere we have a roll number, we have to copy this number field only. And just simply paste it. Save the changes, come here and try to refresh it. Configure it. Now here you see, when I just click on this add, now you will see this big box. That's why we have created in the text area, because it's a current address and the corresponding address also in a text area. And here we have a zip code. So multi-field, that means you can define whatever it has present inside the container. You can create these fields more than one. So if I'll try to add, that means again I'm just creating this current address, corresponding address and the zip code. Just try to fill the information here. So first name, this may be a search, Bangalore here as well, zip code, current address, again you can define here something here as well. Okay, these things I have defined. Now you can just change it and just right check mark. So once you have right check mark, where exactly it will store. So we have, firstly we have to understand where you are creating. So you are creating inside this content and search software folder, US and the EN, and inside this EN page you have a lot of components. So this one, this teasers, this 3 teaser, and after that you have a hello world. Later this one component we have, that is text component. So you will see, you will get this data inside this content. So just come inside the content folder. Where is the content folder? Yeah, this one is a content. And after that here we have a search software folder where we have uses this one, US and the EN, and inside this EN we have our component, that is hello world container. You have to go inside this container and somewhere you will see this hello world. Just try to refresh it. Now whatever you have added, see it has stored inside this variable or not. So there we have defined this variable by using a name property, and whatever you have added, see add Bangalore and add Hyderabad. So all this stuff it has storing in the single line only, that means in an array, in one array it has storing at Bangalore and at Hyderabad. After that this zip code we have defined more than one type, so it has storing in the array only. See here, so twice, and again the same thing somewhere, maybe this current address string at Bangalore and something different we have defined. So that's why it has storing. But if you want to store separately, then we have one property, that is composite is equals to true. So you have to go inside this multi-field and you have to simply define composite. So it may be a boolean, and here we have to define true. Save it. Now again go there and define. Come here, define and numbers. Yeah, again you can just open it. Yeah, and here you can define the numbering. Save it. Now again it has stored. Now just try to refresh this content. Where is the content? Yeah, this one, hello world. Just try to refresh it. Okay, I think so it isn't created. Okay, so we are not getting anything. So it will create this zip code and everything, it will create in the separate, but in our case it's not creating. I think like we have created search software folder components and this hello world, but this composite I don't think so it has added. Items, student items, and address we have. Okay, okay, so I have added this composite is equals to true. Just try to delete this, and again you can add composite boolean, and here we have to define true. Save the changes. Okay, refresh once this one. Oh sorry, we have to refresh this EM. Now you can fill the information inside this. Now you can save. So the changes have saved successfully. Now we have to come in this content. Now just try to replace this entire content. Firstly, search software folders, we have a US and this EN and this JCR content, a root container, and here we have a hello world, but still it isn't created. Something went wrong, so we have to go inside this multi-field somewhere. Just come here, and maybe here we have a define a lot of properties. So somewhere we have a define this composite. So composite boolean is equals to false. Okay, the same thing, composite support is nesting another multi-fields. Okay, so student, and it's a multi-field, I think. No, it's not a multi-field. Address, it's a multi-field. Try, instead of true, try to define the false. By default it's false, but still we'll try it. Oh, oh, so here we haven't defined the name. We have to define the name for the multi-field as well. So for the multi-field we have to define the name as well, then it will store. So configure it again, multi-field, add something. Okay, and here also in the container you can define the name. Now you can save the changes, come here, and just try to refresh the content one. Refresh it, search software, US EN, and content, container, root container, another container. There we have a hello world. So still it's not created, but it's okay. So the thing is, here we have to, somewhere we are missing, but we have to define the name here. So where it is, this one is the address. Oh, now this time we have to write true. This time we have to define true. Now we will get it. True, and come here in the content and just try to refresh it. Now here you see, so this is the multi-field one, it has created, and inside that I have add twice. So that's why inside this item 0 you will see this address 2, and you will see this information, zip code, and the current address we have. After that, here we have a item 1, and inside this item what it holds, the second field it will hold. So here we have created twice. This one is the first, okay, and this one is the second. Okay, so it is storing. It will create a separate field, that means separate node, and inside that, if it will iterate. Okay, so once you are creating item 0, that means only one field you are creating, so it will store inside this item 0. If you are creating a 10, then it will create a 10 nodes. Okay, this is about the multi-field. And zip also we have, sorry, well also we have. So well is one types of the container. It can automatically shrink and the collapse. Okay, it will automatically decrease and increase. So somewhere W, no need to manage here width and the height. So it, once you are using this well, so it will automatically shrink and the collapse. So it's not a fix. So you can come here, and after that just try to add this first name, try to add this first name and the roll number inside the well. So right click inside this, and here I'm just defining the well. Okay, here sling resource type, sling colon resource type, and here we have a well. Save it, and now we have a roll number, sorry, item we have to create. Inside that we are adding a more than one items, and after that you can just add roll numbers and the first name. Okay, so these two things we have added. Now come here and refresh it. Okay, so I have opened. Now here you see, so I'm removing this, just delete simply. So here you see, this represents your well. Okay, this is nothing but your well only. Okay, so once you see, right now it has some fixed width and the height, but when you will add one field, then it will automatically increase this well. Just try it. Otherwise you can just simply copy this one and paste the same thing, save it, come here and try to refresh. Configure it.